the stand your ground question, I went and looked at Ohio's law. It went into effect earlier this year. And it's pretty similar. I read the bill's text. I also linked it for you in the newsletter. Now, this law, it's like many of other such types of stand your ground laws that were passed in several dozen states. What stand your ground means is that you have no duty to retreat no matter where you are. That's how it's different from castle doctrine. Castle doctrine is about your house. Stand your ground is you have no duty to retreat from an attacker in a place where you are legally allowed to be. Now, this... and this is also, Ohio's law is also public. Now, it's anywhere in public. So that's, stand your ground. Now, here's the thing. Just like with every other stand your ground law, every class I have ever taken with concealed carry, I've taken defensive firearm usage courses. I've taken legal courses on this as a requirement to even do force on force training, all kinds of stuff. Stand your ground law does not include you being the aggressor. If you are the aggressor, that's it. Now, here's this is what's important. Regardless of stand your ground law, the moment you become the aggressor, the moment you pursue a fleeing suspect, if that suspect is fleeing, that threat is no longer present. When you are pursuing, that is when it will not be looked at as self-defense in a court of law, regardless of stand your ground. There is a ton of case law about this. And this is a lesson that has been drilled into my brain throughout numerous legal and force-on-force courses involving stand your ground, castle doctrine with defensive gun usage. And regardless the weapon used, the principle still applies. This has been the same as she had a firearm. She was chasing people with a weapon. That means she was the threat. They were unarmed, but they were fleeing. That means she was the threat. I don't care if they showed up to beat her ass. That does not mean that when they flee, she is still protected by stand your ground. And that would absolutely apply in the issue of a firearm. The first girl was backing away to the point where she fell down. The second girl was running, and she was pinned. So it's really, really hard for people to argue that at the time she attempted to stab these girls, that she was actively pursuing, that Bryant was also simultaneously in fear of serious bodily injury to her person. Do you see how this, when your actions are retaliatory and there is no longer a threat, that's not going to be, it usually is not recognized by the court as a stand your ground offense. I will also add this, at least according to Florida statistics too, stand your ground defenses are more often used to exonerate black defendants than white defendants. I have that cited in my first book, Hands Off Your Gun. Hands Off My Gun.